Well, Muiris, mission accomplished. I suppose you waited a long time for this game and you got there and got the 2 points.
Yeah, Colin, we're delighted with it. It's a long time, as you say, coming around by last week. So we were waiting for this for a long time, and then there was uncertainty as to whether the game would actually go ahead with the scare that they had out in St. Kieran's. So we're just delighted to get on the pitch and to get a win, any type of win at all. So thrilled with it now, so it's great.
You're a very young team, a lot of new names I suppose that a lot of people wouldn't be familiar with.
Yeah, I suppose backbone by last year's under-21 team. They were beaten in the county final. They won the minor 3 years ago, so they've been a good group of lads coming through, and we were sort of determined this year to give them their chance as much as we could. So we had 7 or 8 of them playing, and there was a good few of them making their debut, so that's always nerve-wracking, and you're always unsure as to how they'll handle the step up to senior. But in fairness to them all, I thought they did very well today in difficult conditions.
Like you started well, Kieran's I suppose had the benefit of having a game last weekend. You didn't, but you kicked some good scores. I suppose maybe you might argue you might have kicked a few more, maybe to put a bit more daylight between you. But
yeah, we could have. Conditions are very tricky, and the breeze into that near goals here was very difficult. So we were very happy with the first half. Like you say, we probably might have a chance at a goal and maybe 2 or 3 more scores, but in the conditions it was always going to be very difficult to kick them. So we were happy enough. Our work rate was good, our tackles were good. Overall, we were reasonably happy at half time.
Another big game coming up next weekend.
Yeah, we'll just have to turn it around now. 7 days again, and Galway, and obviously they had a very good win last week, and they'll be flying it. There's no doubt about it. They have some very good young players, and over the years you never get anything handy off Galway, so we'll be expecting a real battle there. So we'll see.
Maybe 2.5 months ago we didn't think we'd have a club championship, so are we in bonus territory, do you think?
There's a bit of that about it, Colin, all right. Like, we've really enjoyed just being out on the pitch training and having all the club players, all the county lads. We've only 2, but having Donal and Luke on the pitch at all times has been great, and I think for every club just to be able to get out and play, and now that we've a championship game played as well, we're in a quarter final that's a month away, so COVID allowing, I suppose, we've a month of football to look forward to, which is fantastic, and I think for all players in all clubs and management, everybody around, it gives everybody a boost.
You mentioned county players, Muiris, obviously 2 players who won All-Ireland senior hurling medals with Limerick availability there, Larkin starting and Andrew Latouche coming on as a sub.
Yeah, they've been a great boost to have them involved this year. They both said at the start of the year they were anxious to give it a go. They're great clubmen, and it wasn't possible obviously the last couple of years involved with Limerick. The time involved for that wasn't going to give them the chance, but they were anxious to get involved this year. I thought both of them. Larkin had a super game, and Andrew made a big difference when he came on there as well, so we're thrilled to have them on board.
Just mentioned one of your predecessors, Gerald Lawler. Obviously a big fundraising drive going at the moment for him. He obviously masterminded a number of county championship wins for the club, so you'll be hoping people will get involved and support that fundraiser for him. Yeah,
definitely would. Gerard obviously is a huge part of our club. He was involved in our team when we were young, bringing us through to senior. We won 4 counties, and he was instrumental in all of them, and there's huge time for Gerard in Monaleen. Obviously it's a very difficult time for him and Magella and his family at the moment, and we have the Golf Classic coming up. There's been a huge response to it. There's also the GoFundMe page. I know Gerard did a lot of coaching with Limerick under-21s with other teams around Limerick as well. I've had lads, John O'Grady on for me from Moola as well. The lads out there want to support it, so I've just said to anybody involved in the Limerick GAA scene who knew Gerard and is anxious, just any few bob at all, just to maybe go on the GoFundMe page or contact me or anyone else involved with the Golf Classic, and just support it, because the GAA is great for supporting our own, and Gerard needs our support, all we can give him now at this time.